Um, so what I've been doing is like starting with like current situation, you know, how the festival's going, and then moving into like the history, the background, and then like future stuff, and then anything you want to like just.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hi, I'm Nick, and I'm here with Lauren from Prism Bitch, and we're here to tell you her and her band's story. Would you like to introduce yourself, Lauren?
Yes. I'm Lauren Poole, and I'm the delegate representing Prism Bitch at the festival, while everybody else is in bed making sure they don't get sick and off seeing other artists perform.
So you had 2 performances, your band did, this festival. I actually did see like a little bit of footage from you played at the Freakout showcase at Pre-Funk. We're in Boise, Idaho, for those who don't know, at Treefort.
It's March 22nd.
It's
March 22nd today?
Yeah, it's March 22nd,
yeah?
I believe. So you played last night at Shredder, which I saw. It was amazing set. Thanks. Like crazy energy. And then you played
earlier that day? Oh, pre-funk beer bar. Yeah. At 6, and then we went to Shredder at midnight, 12:30. Yeah.
And I noticed from what I saw, did you play different sets? Was there a different vibe?
Little bit, yeah. We played. I'll let you do it because I feel like I passed. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, we put a few more we put more bangers in the later night set. It was 70% the same.
So how did you feel about the performances? Like how, you know, what were your takes on both of them? How do they compare?
Well, last year we played at Pre-Funk and we fucking loved it. Can I say bad words? Fucking loved it. But this year they had like a little, I didn't realize that it was raining on the audience until afterwards, because the audience at Pre-Funk, they stuck around in the rain. And so that's when I realized, like, oh, people are really digging it because they didn't leave when it was uncomfortable and rainy. And the whole showcase was really good. We saw Smoky Brights before us. They're actually how we met, Freakout Records. We were tight with Smoky Brights, Seattle band. And so, yeah, but I think the Shredder one, we really just like, whatever gas was left in the tank, we're like, this is our last show of the festival. Let's just leave it all out there.
Right on. And I would definitely urge people to pick up some of your music to understand the sound.
To understand.
Yeah. But there is something to be said for the performance that you give. It's very, I would say, theatrical. And I don't know if is that intended, or is that just how you express yourself?
Yeah, I think it's our personality. Like when we started the band, it actually was supposed to just be a theatrical play for fringe festivals and stuff, in the guise of a band. So it was going to be like a 45-minute performance, you know, and that was my background. I think I just didn't have the balls to be in a band, but everybody else in Prism Bitch has this background of being a really well-seasoned musician and performer. So that's, and I'm one of the lead singers. It's me and Lila Rose. And so she definitely has a theater background too, but, we are actors too. So it's fun we enjoy hamming it up, I guess.
Yes. And I think it's very apparent, from, watching you on stage. So
it's a lot of like impulse following. I don't, and usually Lila takes the lead on like going ape shit, and we're like, all right, so okay, yes, and well, cause she's just, I've never performed with anyone like her. She really like inspires you. but we were in such a good mood yesterday that I think I'm really happy that you got to see that set, because we always are, I think, in a pretty good mood, but yesterday was a little special. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. I would say it was special for me to observe. So.
Like if you saw us performing at a public library, it might not be the same set that you saw.
Is that a typical venue for you?
You know, whatever. We could. No, it's not. It's not. No, we don't perform in libraries.
Okay.
I'm not anti-library performance if someone wants to book us in a library.
Yeah, actually, how do you feel about Trump cutting federal spending on public libraries?
I really think that Trump cutting federal spending on many public things is horrible, and the repercussions will still be, oh man, they're going to be being felt for years. Even just, yeah. I mean, we're barely bouncing back from all the public money for grants and arts organizations getting cut in 2008 when the market tanked, and so who even knows what it's. I don't like it.
Yeah, we don't agree with that either here at this media outlet.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I think we're preaching to the choir here, but I mean, if I'm gonna live somewhere where there's not good art, good music, good movies, that's a good barometer of what's going on in a culture, you know, and so you really have to support it. Because if people don't have access to good music and good festivals and good TV shows, I don't know, whatever you need to watch or listen to, then you're going to be less happy. We went on a tangent.
Yes, so we digress. Getting back to the task at hand. So how did you're based out of Albuquerque, I believe. Mm-hmm. And you're signed to Freakout, which is kind of like an indie Seattle label. So how did you get hooked up with Freakout?
Through Smoky Brights. Well, we met Guy and Skylar at Treefort last year, and but we had met Smoky Brights. We performed with them in Santa Fe. I think like the September of 2017. So before last year's Freakout. And then when we realized they were swinging back through South by and performing here, we saw that we had both gotten on the bill at Treefort and started a correspondence. We were like, hey, do you want to go try to book some shows together? And we just became really good friends and pen pals and
pen pals, like written letters.
Yeah, me and Kim write letters to each other, but like the whole band too. But
that's adorable. By the way.
It's mostly me and Kim, like putting stickers on paper and sending it back and forth. But no, like we got to host the band in Albuquerque, and then Ryan and Kim put us up for a few days for Freakout Festival in November, and so. We hadn't been with any label or anything, and we met Freakout last year here, and so we just seemed to be a good match. So, and it's been fun. I mean, like we've gotten onto some. They got us onto the Offbeat Festival in Reno, and that was really cool. And this Treefort Festival too, just some nice. And then we had a nice showcase at South by Southwest.
So you've done South by Southwest, Offbeat, Treefort, Freakout. Are there other festivals you planned? Do you like the festival scene? How would you rate this festival amongst the others?
We love the festival scene. We want more festivals. We rate this one very, very amazing. No, I mean even obviously South by Southwest is like, you know. It's become this legendary beast of, I mean, I really wish personally that I could have witnessed it in the 90s, you know, in its infancy, and nothing lasts forever, but it was cool. I mean, there's so many great bands. There's just so much, and it felt like this South by was just such a cool, like, it felt like a band conference. Like a band work trip. You know, we made a bunch of different friends and past business cards and saw good shows, but we knew we were coming to Treefort where we could like relax. And like we were talking about earlier, like Treefort is, I feel like I keep hearing over and over again, people are like, I just stayed up till 5 a.m. talking having beers gently, not even like doing a bunch of crazy. There's something for everybody. You could do whatever you want, but like I feel like there's a different vibe here of.
Like most people's hotel rooms are not packed with vodka and Molly.
Yeah. It seems like more this festival fosters sort of space for more intimacy.
Yes.
And connections that way. Yeah. And it feels like when you were at South by, I mean, we just ran into so many locals that they're stoked to make a fuck ton of money bartending that week, but their soul's getting like cheese grated down, by the festival. They're like, all right, I got to get through this. But here, I feel like there's the people that come to the festival in Boise or from other places, there's a real spirit of like support behind the festival. Just like the sponsorship, like a lady gave me a hand massage yesterday, 2 days ago. And I was like, cool, let me tip you. And she was like, no, this is for you. And that's a nice thing.
I got a discount on water for being media. I got the 25-ounce bottle.
It's all about nice sponsorship for kindness.
Yeah.
Well, you got a discount on water? You still paid for water?
Well, no, they gave me the 25-ounce bottle for the price of the 16-ounce bottle because I was working it. And that's what he said. He was like, because you're working it, dude.
I think you got. I think there are better perks out there for you, Nick. And I don't think that was the best one.
Damn it. Yeah, so... how did... Because you have a fairly large group of people playing music together. I would say, how did you come together, and how did you find each other?
Yeah, so we had initially, like, the band started with, Chris and I, the guy in the green tracksuit, have worked together for like 10 years doing film and theater stuff. And so when the idea of the project, which was initially called Prism Bitch, it was, we were in jumpsuits and we were inmates, and the whole idea of the play was that we're inmates and we're sort of being paraded around, and so it's like these public performances given by inmates, almost like as a demonstration, like, look, they're writing songs about their feelings, and they're but you still get this uncomfortable sense that they're getting like paraded around, and maybe they were still shackled together. Like, this was the idea of the play we were going to develop.
Was this a political statement based sort of?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but it wasn't like it was more just, I'd seen a lot of plays for fringe festivals coming from a theater background that more than watching something really avant-garde that people couldn't connect with, the things that I loved, I saw a few things come through Albuquerque with these people that were badass actors, but they were also really good circus performers or really good singers. And so they would do like a 45-minute play that was almost like a cabaret act or something like that.
Okay.
And so it was supposed to be a little bit silly, but because it's funny, you're realizing like, oh God, like these prisoners are like, they're not allowed to cut, or we didn't know what the play was going to be. So we were like, okay, let's get the people we want to be in the show, and then we'll figure it out. So me and Chris, we had seen Lila Rose. She had been in Albuquerque for a couple of years, and we were like, she's so great, like great performer, nice person. And then we saw T Drum filling in for another band that we know, and we knew we wanted it because it was inmates, so it needed to be all ladies, And then Chris was the only dude in the band, so we dressed him up like the guard. So we would perform in character, in costume. We didn't use our names. We just and we were like, we'll just see what kind of songs we write, and then we'll make a play. Mm-hmm. And we did that for like a year, and we just had such a fun time being a band that we were like, cool, let's write the play. No, let's just make more songs. Like, no one ever felt like writing a play. And then
jamming out.
Yeah. We were like, well, I'll just write. Yeah. And then I think at a certain point it was like, all of the songs sort of had to relate to prison, which was something that if we were going to make the show, we were like, okay, well, we'll have to research this and do some interviews and stuff. And then the 2016 election happened, you know, and when, I don't know, when we got there, something really psychically happened. Like when Trump got elected, I think we were all just so like weirded out. And
yeah, I think it's more than psychically. It was something physically it went down.
Yeah, it was so, yeah. And well, we were just like, okay, oh God, it just seemed like too much to have to, and I wouldn't even say that our songs are really political or anything, but like feeling like we had to still do shit from the vein of this niche perspective. We were like, we just want to be a band. This isn't a theater project anymore. So my dad and my aunt, when I separately told them about the band, they both individually thought that I said Prism instead of Prison. And they were like, that's a great name. And when we wanted to change the name, we were like, no, that's a cool name. So that's what we went with. And then we added Nelson, our fifth member. So we were like a year in. We got
what does Nelson do in the band?
Guitar. Yeah, he has the black tracksuit usually. We're like Power Rangers. I'm like green, red. Yeah, T's the red one. Lila's the blue one, going shithouse on the keyboards and guitar. I play bass and sing. Had to learn bass for this band. I was just going to play tambourine and sing, and they were like, no, bitch, you're going to learn an instrument. So we've been actively Prism Bitch for 2 years, and Kirby, who double drummed with us last night, he's Lila's partner. He's always on the road with us, and he's filled in for T before, and we just knew the shredder was going to be a really good kind of heavy gig, and so we thought we would just try to do something a little special. So there were 6 of us.
So what's the connection with Doug March? You guys are cozy with him, it seems like?
I guess so, yes. We sit on a couch and it's very comfortable. No, we met, Chris really got into Built to Spill in college, and it changed like his guitar playing and everything, and Lila was really heavy into Built to Spill, and they're a big part of this Treefort Festival because they're from Boise. So, right. Yeah. So, and I had friends, I mean, honestly, before we got to know them, I had just sort of peripherally heard of the band and, you know, wasn't that deep in their catalog. I just heard the hits. And, right. But Lila and Chris coming into meeting them were genuine fangirls about, you know, right. And they were like, and so that we just, at like this festival, people are approachable, they're accessible. We met Doug last year after his Tree People set at the Shredder. Yeah,
and his Tree People set this year was amazing.
They were on fire. They were crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't even familiar with that project. Mm-hmm. I knew Built to Spill. And loved them. But yeah, it was amazing. And then after I was talking to you, I conveniently strolled through that corridor while Doug Marsh was out there, and I was like, oh, great show, great set, man.
And he was like, thank you.
He was like, oh, he was like so sincere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's amazing like how like close you can get to like legends. He's a legend.
we were like, you know, Lila and Chris were just so like, oh my God, we can meet him. You know, let's go say hi. And so we met him, and you know, they were like, we caught because they had seen his other set, and we were like, hey, if you ever come through Albuquerque, we'd love to open for you. Just thought that was that, and he actually followed up. And so when they came through Albuquerque, he let us open for them, and then this summer we went on we played 3 shows with Tree People, like in Arizona, New Mexico. And I think, you know, he liked our vibe on the road together. So
you were supporting a tour for them?
Yeah. We did in this summer, we did 3 dates with Tree People. And then, you know, I guess he liked how that went. So in September, we did 7 shows with Built to Spill down the West Coast. We started in Bend and we ended in L.A. And we got to play in the Redwoods. And it was amazing. It was crazy. And it was great because when people are there to see Built to Spill, you have 300 people that are captive. So it was a good opportunity for us. But yeah. So that's how that happened.
What was that experience? Because that's a big jump band wise. Like that's like going, you know, from like, you know, like you're going up to the pros. Like, I'm assuming like you're treated like a different way when you're at venues and.
Yeah, definitely. Like when we were opening for Built to Spill, you know, we're used to, you know, hi, here's your drink tickets.
Yeah.
You know, great, park around the back. But, you know, we don't have, it was really nice. I don't think I'm just speaking for myself, but before that tour, I think we were all like a little bit like, wow, I hope we can deliver, you know, and be the band that they need to open and not, and you know, not be this band that their crowd is like, oh fuck, we have to sit through this.
Did you get feedback?
You know, them? Honestly, like, from Built to Spill?
Or their audience?
Doug never was like, change this. No, I think we had to just trust that, like, okay, like, he likes our music, so we should just do what we were already doing. Right. And then that's what he, you know, wanted on the road. So that was cool. And there was only one show that was like, that we got a little bit intimidated by the audience because there was like 2 people in the whole lot, and they were just like, hurry up and play, you're just the opener, quit sound checking, you know, and we were like, oh no, like they don't want to see us. But then we realized like, no, fuck off, that's like 2 people, like whatever. But
I don't know how long ago that was, but one of the things I liked about as you were getting into the start of your set was how you address the audience, and it just exudes confidence, and it's great how you guys speak to the crowd, like. Well,
thanks. Well, no, thank you. I just know, like, when I watch shows, there's been a few times where I've been excited to see a certain band, and you know, who knows what the fuck is going on with people on the road. Like, if they've been on a big, long tour, you know, and you're one date of 30, you know, they got baggage, or maybe there's some chemistry, or maybe they're just not feeling good. But, like, there's been a few times where I've seen bands that I've been excited to see, but then they don't seem to be excited to see the audience. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And maybe we're just still so new and coming up, or whatever. Yeah, or you got to try not to. But I mean, man, the Shredder was so packed, and like there was people right up against the stage, and so it just feels like rude to not acknowledge that all these people are there to see you, or even if they weren't, they're there now. So say hello, be nice, like, thanks, that's cool. I'm happy that was a nice thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and lots of positive energy,
cool,
which is always great. And one of the first time I noticed you, because I was shooting Tres Leches, who played.
I didn't get to see
earlier, but I saw you walking around in the orange tracksuit, and I didn't realize who you were. And then once
you're like, "What's that lady's deal?"
Well, I was like, dope gear, like. But once, like, everyone got on stage, I was like, oh shit, like, and it's like the Power Ranger, like, sort of thing. Like, do you do that for every show?
Pretty much.
And who came? I don't know. I guess we don't need to give credit to any one person.
Well, obviously, like, wearing an Adidas tracksuit is not. It's not the most original thing. It's not something that had never been done before. But, like, we like how they look. We liked how. Obviously, like, we need to be able to move in whatever we're wearing. We like the colors, prismatic. You know, we wanted something, and I like that. I like the idea of dressing up, some kind of uniform, and there's something really cool and like androgynous about a jumpsuit. But there was a guy at South by Southwest that had my exact same orange tracksuit, and he looked way better than me. Ooh. And so I was like, sir. And mine has like Sharpie stains and like all kinds of shit all over it. And his was really clean and nice. And it fit him good. But yeah, it was just, we'll sometimes do different things. Like, you know, we've all played in prom outfits before, or like we did a music video in all these weird like David Bowie labyrinthy blouses that Lila's mom had from costuming a show.
Oh, wow.
So
I feel like
that's it for now, but maybe not forever.
Yeah, yeah. And given like your everyone's theatrical background, like the visual, everyone must put more thought into the visual aspect of a performance than the average band that doesn't have that background.
A little bit, maybe, yeah. I'm big into aesthetics, you know, and I would say that.
Great. I like this.
I like colors.
Seaside shellfish.
It's like a Talbot sweater from a thrift store. It's like, I think it's too small for me, but no, but the other thing too, though, now that we're touring, the cool thing about the jumpsuit is that it looks like, but really, man, you don't have to think about looking cool. You don't have to put together like a cool. When I see bands that are performing and they look like, you know, Ryan and Kim from Smokies, they look badass. Like they've got like cool vintage clothes and outfits.
Her jumpsuit.
Her tiger jumpsuit.
That was pretty dope.
That's fire. Yeah, but she. But, you know, it's like, the jumpsuit is almost just easier because we're like, we know what this looks like. We know it goes with everything else that everyone's wearing. You know, it's easy to have a outfit that you know is going to fit and not give you plumber's crack and shit while you're doing a show. Hi.
Hey, podcast?
Something.
Sort of.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, I think we touched on like most of what you're doing now. So you have some traction. You have some industry.
Thank you. I didn't know we did. That's cool. Yeah.
I think you do.
Oh, cool. Neat.
And definitely you have some industry. You're making connections. You've been doing some festivals. Like what is the future looking like for you? Like what's coming up? Are you touring? Like when did you drop your last album?
We just put out a 5-song EP in November through Freakout it's digital. You know, we have hard copies and stuff.
You have Bandcamp for that. And have you done any touring for that?
Yeah, so we did the Built to Spill tour in September, and then we did a November tour to release for the album, and we started at Offbeat Festival in Reno. We started in Las Vegas, which is where Lila lives now. Okay. And then, went up to Seattle and back down through Boise in November. And then in June, we're going to record. We have so much new material that hasn't been recorded. So we're going to go back out to LA and record with this engineer that we did the last EP with. He's great. You know, it's
who is it? What's he?
Toshi Kasai.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he does a lot of recording for like the Melvins and a lot of different people, and we just he's really good at drawing performances out of us, and awesome. we like collaborating with him. He's not pushy, but he really he gives us some great ideas too. And so we're gonna shoot for 10 songs, I think, in June in LA. Maybe book some shows out there while we're there, and then we're looking at a big East Coast tour for like a month, I think, in the fall.
Nice, that sounds fun.
We've never been there to the East Coast.
Personally or as a band?
As a band. Yeah, Nelson has toured the East Coast before, and Chris has been through the South, and I don't know what T's done, and Lila used to live in Nashville, but as a band we've never been out past Austin, so.
Well, yeah, that should be an amazing experience. Albuquerque, do you play locally often? Are you like involved in the scene? I myself was there not too long ago, and yeah, the food was amazing. I didn't go out. I didn't do like the bar scene.
When were you there?
In like November.
Oh, okay.
And I get tattooed, hidden hand tattoo.
We have a lot of really great tattoo shops.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah. Anyways, getting off topic. But yeah, what's going on with Albuquerque, the scene? How do you feel about it? What are you doing? Yeah,
so we all live in Sorry, I keep grabbing this. We all live in Albuquerque, except, Lila and Kirby live in Vegas. But they moved out to Vegas in August, so we hadn't played in Albuquerque since they moved, but we just had a show to kick off this tour. And, we all live there, so we all still go see shows and practice remotely, and send demos back and forth. But after this, we're going to have another show in Albuquerque, and we Sister Bar, which is like it's a great venue.
Which date? Just in case this gets out in time.
If you're there, yeah, March 30th at this. It's this the local weekly alternative paper.
Yeah.
They're having like a best of.
March 30th. You can check. Yeah.
There's a click at the bottom of your screen, maybe.
Link in the bio.
Yeah, link in bio. Oh, someone's coming. But yeah. So, but we missed it, and so we're definitely booking more. We had taken the biggest break from playing Albuquerque, I think, that we planned on, just because we didn't know how to attack this. We were focused on big tours away.
Right on. So, yeah, I think, I love New Mexico, like, in general. But, yeah,
I've lived there my whole life. I love it. My family's there. They're cool. I don't want to be away from them because I'm lucky enough to like all of them. And if you hear some keys rattling, there's just some humans checking out the hallway. It's good.
So yeah, what's 2019 looking like for you, band wise?
We're excited to have more material out online. Definitely should be able to get out some new singles by the end of the year, I think. We'll have more stuff recorded for sure. I don't know how we're gonna go about putting it out, but because I am one person of the band, so I don't want to say something that we don't end up doing.
Do you have any like?
We love festivals. We want to get into more festivals, and they're like the funnest way to book a tour is just getting into a cool festival and then just planning around that.
Nice. And the East Coast tour, do you have like any time estimation for that, or?
Yeah, it's looking like September, starting up high and ending in Florida.
How high? I'm born and raised in Maine. So
do you like Stephen King?
I do.
I hate him because he's all over.
Nah,
me.
he's a good guy. He's got some nice yarns. He spins a good yarn.
He does.
But I know Portland State Theater is a cool venue.
Oh, in Maine?
Yeah, Portland has a
We're just excited to not because here in the West, you got to go like 8 hours between big cities. So we're just stoked to try a tour where if you do 2 hours of driving, you've gone through 3 states.
Yeah, it's boom, boom.
So that's something that I'm looking forward
to. Nice. So yeah, we'll wherever this is distributed, we'll get your information out. I can dig down. But is there anything you'd like to add?
Oh man, thanks, Freakout. We liked playing Seattle in November, and we can't wait to come back. And check out. We have prismbitch.com. We have some fun videos, and we have 10 songs out on Bandcamp for you to peruse.
So, as a final challenge, I would like you to see how many Swedish fish you can eat.
We talked about this, and I'm into it.
Yeah, there was an arrangement before everything went down, and then after hearing the story about Prism Bitch and Prism Bitch, maybe if you could say.
Don't ask me until I have the fish.
Okay.
So I just know that I have to eat a lot of Swedish fish.
Sponsor, please.
I hate gummy things unless they're sour. So what's the deal, Nick? What am I gonna do?
You get as many as you feel comfortable putting in there, and then
I'm gonna try to answer some questions earnestly.
Or you could opt out and just do like a trap rapper, chant.
4?
Just say
5? I don't know how many I have. 4?
I think it's sounding pretty good.
5? Okay, what do you want me to do?
I mean, how punked do you want to get?
I still want to die.
Yeah, there's red number 5 in this, so be careful.
Oh, shit.
So maybe, could you do, a dance routine? A trap rapper just saying Prism Bitch and then Prism Bitch.
No, ask me a question, and I'll try to answer it real serious.
Okay. All right, I'm going to get up. Wait.
Yeah. I think I'm at 11. This might not work.
Well, that's pretty good. I don't think anyone's ever got it.
How many times have you done this?
Countless. So
There's a game called Chubby Bunny.
All right.
with marshmallows.
Which dinosaur do you think you can find the bones of in Boise, Idaho? And can you tell their story, please?
Don't know much about dinosaurs, but I know that we do find smaller ones all the time. You know, when people think about digging up dinosaurs, they think about finding a big T-Rex or something, and I think that's usually not what happens. You're going to find small fossils of more prehistoric creatures that are not triceratops and whatnot, and what I think you're going to find here in Boise is some kind of sea creature from when the ocean, perhaps, covered the plains.
What's its name?
Cryptozydnus boiseus.
I think I've heard of that one.
And do you find that in marshlands?
Well, millions of years ago, this was a marsh.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, that's wonderful. I think we
Prismbitch.com. Thanks, Nick. I feel like the Predator. Like,